Welcome to Unboxing What Matters, a podcast brought to you by Daraz. In each episode, we will unpack the opinions, topics, and big ideas that are inspiring and changing our world today. I am your host, Mimi Nicklin. Welcome to the show.
Elon Musk, don't know if he's had any inspectors recently, but he probably should have. He's been at the centre of so much discussion in recent months. You know, some people are cheering him on, some are pulling him down. Where do you stand, Lucy, on his approach to culture and employee engagement, and why do you feel that way?
I mean, to your point, it's incredibly controversial and divisive. And I think, CEOs around the world were probably cheering him on at certain points, I'm sure. And some were absolutely appalled. It almost, to me, that's the side point. I think when it comes to workplace culture, what he is absolutely crystal clear. Yeah. And actually, that is what a distinctive culture is. Be absolutely explicit and articulate very clearly what your culture is, what kind of behaviors and people will fit and the behaviors and actions that are expected. Yeah. That clarity, I think he has done. I think everyone would agree, is crystal.
Pretty clear.
He has also, and I think that's the really key point about culture, he's put the power back to the people to buy in or step out. And the reality is your culture should be as distinctive as your DNA, utterly unique, very specifically about you, and actually very much about driving your strategy. Where is it you want the organization to go? And how will the kind of culture that you cultivate support the behaviors and actions that will get you there? For him, he believes that's the way. Do I want to work there? Of course, thank you. That's not for me. But it's also not my place to tell, we're about helping organizations build a culture that will support them to their journey. Obviously, with incredibly important, ethical and moral compass to that. But in the end, the culture that's right for that leader in that business will never be right for everybody. Yeah. And the fact that it is opt in or opt out, it's up to you. Has he done it the right way? Honestly, and I know I'm like a broken record, he didn't communicate. And I really feel like that was actually the biggest issue. It's not what he did, it's how he did it. Wow. And there's a distinct difference between those two. People have to restructure. Did he make the right decisions? You have to take drastic action if you're losing significant amounts of revenue. That is the responsible leadership act. Where you can do it very differently is advocate for your employees. Look at what even Meta is doing now. I mean, there's so many layoffs in the tech world, but Mark Zuckerberg's committing to 3 months career advisory, and how can we support our employee base during, decisions that have been taken out of their control? How can we advocate? Kareem did it, here in the UAE, 3 years ago when they knew they were going to have to lay off. So they did an open letter asking the government for help, because they knew that they didn't want, that it was coming, and they were trying to do everything in their power to avoid, because they recognized the impact that would have on their drivers. So really, like everything, it's not always what you do, it's how you do it. And that's never more important when you're a leader.
Thank you for joining us on today's episode of Unboxing What Matters. Subscribe and follow us on social media to stay on top of all that's to come in the season ahead.